Good morning, everybody. It's another day and another devotion here at Faith Explored. Yesterday, we looked at true fasting and what it entails. Today, we'll look at how to invest in heaven and how to have an eye single. The matters we've looked at concerning the hypocrites all boil down to where they've placed their treasures. The Jews became very money-oriented, and because of that, it drew them away from the true worship of God. An example was they had turned the temple into a marketplace. Hence, Jesus had to enter there and rebuke them for that wrong. The publicans, who were Jews, wanted to look out for their own pockets to the extent that they defrauded their own brethren. The priests were serving so that they could attain. The Sanhedrin post was attained through many bribes. There was a lot of corruption within the Jewish economy because people had laid their treasures on earth. They were obsessed with getting glory on earth, staying lavishly. But this is not what God intended. Hence, Jesus then speaks these words in the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So Jesus says, don't lay your treasures on earth. And there are two places where you can lay your treasures, as we see here. But before we look into that, what is treasure? In a book, Christ Object Lessons by Ellen G. White, she gives us the concept of treasure. And this is what she says. She says, in ancient times, it was customary for men to hide their treasures in earth. Thefts and robberies were frequent, and whenever there was a change in the ruling power, those who had large possessions were liable to be put under heavy tribute. Moreover, the country was in constant danger of invasion by marauding armies. As a consequence, the rich endeavored to preserve their wealth by concealing it, and the earth was looked upon as a safe hiding place. But often the place of concealment was forgotten. Death might claim the owner, imprisonment or exile might separate him from his treasure, and the wealth he had taken such pains to preserve was left for the fortune of the finder. In Christ's day, it was not uncommon to discover in neglected land old coins and ornaments of gold and silver. So that is the concept of treasure. And Jesus says you do not want to lay your treasures in earth. And we just got some reasons. Death comes, people would rob. So you don't want to lay it there. And Jesus actually mentions this in the text. He says, moth and rust doth corrupt. That's to say, it is perishable. The treasures you attain on this earth are perishable. Secondly, he says, where thieves break through and steal. And that's to say, it's uncertain. You cannot possess it forever. Rather, you are not sure that you can possess it forever. So, don't lay your treasures here on earth. And there are many things that may make us want to lay treasures on earth. The company we associate ourselves with, the things we deem as more valuable, which would require us to have a change of mindset. He then says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. But, contrary to the earth, this is where I want you to place your treasures. He says in heaven. Why in heaven? Where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt. These treasures are imperishable, they are eternal. And where thieves do not break through nor steal, so you are certain that they are secure. No one can steal them or snatch them from God. Jesus says that's where you want your treasure to be. What are you treasuring? Do you treasure the things of eternity? Things such as saving the souls of your fellow man so that you see them in the kingdom of heaven. Things such as attaining a character that is like that of Christ, which is of most valuable price than anything else. Is that what you treasure? And if you treasure that, it gives you eternal pleasures, eternal riches. And these are certain, these are secure. You know no one will steal it from you. So Jesus says, lay up your treasures in heaven. Then, in addition to this, Jesus then enters into another important point for the Christian. He says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So, concerning the treasure, the issue is with the heart. And in the Bible, the word heart is used to refer to a center of thoughts or emotions, which we would call the mind. Christ wants us to have a right mindset. We need to focus our minds on things that are eternal. Teach them to value eternal things. Actually, the Bible tells us in Matthew 6 verse 33 that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Seek ye first, prioritize above all things, the things of heaven, the kingdom of heaven. And all these things, these earthly things, which we seek after, God can add them for us. And we'll look into this tomorrow. Jesus then says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. And here Christ was calling for determination of purpose. Be focused on attaining the kingdom of heaven. If you have a single purpose to attain, then your body will be light. That is to say, you will reflect Christ, you will live a life that is in harmony with His will. Secondly, he says, but, contrasting, if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? He gives a warning that tells us to separate ourselves from darkness. So today we see two groups. We see the group that lays its treasures in earth, whose eye be evil. And we see the group that lays its treasures in heaven, whose eye is full of light and is single. Today we say, Lord, please help us to have an eye single to your kingdom. We want to live lives that are in accordance with your will. We want to lay our treasures in heaven, where they will not be corrupted. God bless you. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. Be blessed. Faith explored, where every question is a step closer to understanding.